Hello, everybody. Welcome to Trek on Tuesday. If that music doesn't get you going, I don't know what is. Today, we are talking about Philmont Scout Ranch. We're going to be joined by a lot of different folks who are actually at Philmont right now. I'm at the Scouting America office in Texas. I'm not anywhere near as cool of a location as they are. We're going to start with Ashley, who is one of the managers at Tooth of Time Traders. Ashley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to see you. We're so happy to have you on today. This is a big week for you guys. Ashley, just tell us what's going on.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So for the first time ever for Philmont, we are launching all of our program registration on the very same day. So October 1, 2024, groundbreaking day here at Philmont Scout Ranch.
Yep, my watch says today is indeed October 1, 2024.
Yes.
That means registration is open. Over the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to walk you guys through the process of registering, what that looks like. We're also going to give you a little tour of Philmont. I can see some of the little cameras in the background, and it looks like they're in front of fake backgrounds, actually, because it's so gorgeous out there. It looks like the weather cooperated with us today, which is really exciting. Maybe not most importantly, but very, very cool. We have giveaways today.
We sure do.
Ashley's in the right place for that. Ashley, what do we have to give away today?
Yeah, so we've got 4 amazing giveaways we're going to be doing today. The most iconic of water bottles are Philmont Nalgene. We've got rain gear. We'll be giving away a rain jacket, which will come in handy no matter what date you get for your treks. I can almost guarantee that. We've got a nice Kelty sleeping bag. And our final giveaway will be a big trekking backpack. This is our Kelty Asher backpack.
That is cool. That is awesome. You folks watching are probably wondering, what do we do to enter the giveaway? All you have to do is comment. Now, we have a few suggestions on some comments that you might make. If you have been to Philmont before, we would love to hear about your favorite memories, your favorite experience of Philmont. My feeling, Ashley, when we've done shows before about Philmont, it seems like about 50% of our viewers have been before, and the other 50% can't wait to get there. So we would love to hear from those of you who have been before. If you haven't been there before, we'd love to hear what you're most excited about doing. And that kind of leads us to our next talking point. Ashley, tell us about Philmont Scout Ranch, the 2026 programs. Registration, as we said, opens today. It's open right now. Talk to us about that a little bit, about what that process is like, and what people can expect.
Awesome. So like I said, it is every program and conference available for Philmont is launching today for registration. So that's going to include our 2026 7, 9, and 12-day treks, as well as our 2026 cavalcades, and then our 2025 individual programs and Philmont Training Center conferences and family adventure camps. So we're going to hear some incredible information, as Aaron alluded to, throughout different people scattered throughout our Philmont areas here about these programs, but you can always click the links that are provided to learn more about each of the things we discussed today. And most importantly, you can use those links to actually register. So for those 2025 individual treks and the 2025 Philmont Training Center conferences and family adventure camps, you're going to want to follow those links provided, choose the program you're wanting to do and the dates you want to do it, and you're registered. So a little different with the treks and cavalcades. So those 2026 treks and the cavalcades, you'll want to register within the first 16 days. Today is day 1 of that, and indicate what trek dates you would prefer and rank them by priority. Once that 16-day window ends, you'll be selected at random, and units will be notified of the dates that they were selected for. So after that basically 16-day window, you are going to have all of the registration dates that are still available open back up for people to still enter in and register for those 2026 treks and cavalcades, kind of first come, first serve at that point. So I can't encourage you enough. Register soon. This is a life-changing adventure you're registering for, and it increases your chances of selecting those dates you're really hoping for.
Now, we just hit you guys with a lot of information. Ashley just did, actually. And now's a good time to remind everybody that once we're done here, you can always go back and watch this video again. You can jot all that down. Now, I do happen to know the guy who runs the Aaron on Scouting blog, and I can tell you that there will be a blog post up tomorrow in which we sort of recap all this and go over this, so you can look for that too. Shout out to Rob, who's watching. Carrie says that she can't wait to visit with Troop in 2025. Very cool, Carrie. We have a comment from, is it Venancio, a former Philmont Ranger, is watching. Very, very cool. Welcome. Daniel says hi from Troop 6. in Avondale Estates. Very, very cool. All of you folks who have commented, you've just entered for a chance to win. Keep those comments coming. And again, would love to hear about your favorite Philmont memories or what you're looking forward to most when you do go to Philmont. Andrew says, can't wait to get there from Troop 175, Free City, Georgia. Very, very cool. Hey, we already have a good question, Ashley, that I'm going to actually forward to you if that's okay.
Sure.
OPSEC asks if the registration includes winter treks. Can they register for winter treks now, or is that separate?
I am not 100% positive on that, but I know all the links taking you there will give you that information. Yep.
So the links that we're going to put up on our screen today and in the show will give you that information. OPSEC.
Correct. Yep.
Brad says, hi from the Autumn Adventure guys. Thank you, Brad, for watching. Oh, Brad has also done something interesting. Brad has tagged a friend. I love to see that. You can always tag your friends in a comment. A couple of folks have commented with things that there's a few words, actually, when it comes to Philmont that we always hear. If you've been from Philmont before, Connie sums it up. I want to go back. Those 5 words. Yes. Connie says, I've done 3 treks with my sons. Also, Connie's a scout mom. Very cool. Awesome. They had a great experience there. And then the other words that we often hear, Andrew says that, can't wait to get there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sums it up. I want to go back or can't wait to get there. You guys have come to the right place. Keep those comments coming. Every time you comment, you are entered to win a nice little selection of Philmont swag.
Really great
stuff.
Just
showed you there. Yeah, let's go through that real quick again. Ashley, you got a
t-shirt,
in
case you missed, we've got a Nalgene rain jacket. We've got a sleeping bag and a really nice hiking pack.
And we are just probably seconds away from talking to some other folks around the ranch. But actually, before we do that, I just want to hit a couple more points with you. Who is eligible to attend Philmont?
Yes, you obviously need to be a scout, and you will come as a troop, so you can do up to 12 people in a troop, and you can also have sister crews come out for family adventure camp. That's always an exciting one. Anybody can come to this, which is a great thing. I know if I didn't live here and wanted to get back to Philmont, that is what I would be doing with my kids and my husband.
And I think you mentioned there's different trek lengths.
Yes.
9, 12. What are the different days?
The 7-day, 9-day, and 12-day treks. Yep.
So you can choose that, customize
whatever works best for you. Yeah.
Whatever works best for your. Very, very cool. When it comes to registering, Ashley, what kind of information do you think they need to have handy to make that process as smooth as possible?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. You're entering in just your basic information to lock in those dates, and the dates are really important. Talking with the people that may be coming here with you and working out your options, because you will rank the dates based on what you would like to get. Obviously, we can't guarantee everyone their first choice, but having that information ready and ready to fill in, and you're good to go.
Our friend Shelly, I'm not sure if we can trust her, but she posted some links in the comments. I'm kidding, Shelly. Yes. We love Shelly. Shelly is from there at Philmont. You can always trust her. She has posted some links behind the scenes. Brian has posted some links as well. Here's a comment from Carrie, who's commenting from New Hampshire. They've already started their training for their future Philmont trek. 8 scouts and 4 adults going to Philmont next summer. That is awesome, Carrie. Now let's point out real quick, Carrie's talking about summer of 2025. Ashley and I are talking about 2026, which kind of seems like it's a long ways away, but it's really not that far away when it comes to like preparing for a trek and things like that. It'll be here before you know it. So maybe that is something to consider, Ashley, of the age requirements, things like that. That's how old they'll be in 2026, right?
Correct. Yes, absolutely. And maybe that's something you want to take into consideration the month you're picking as well, if you're wanting to come in June, July, or August of 26.
If you have a kid with a summer birthday, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, as cool as it is to visit with Ashley, who is in the Tooth of Time Traders, we could probably do a whole show, by the way, on the Tooth of Time Traders. I actually went there, thanks to Shelly. I was there actually for the first time just a few months ago, and it's incredible. Let me just tell you that right now. It's almost worth going there just for that. But we do have some folks who have taken some time out of their afternoon to come to us from different points on the Philmont Scout Ranch property. We want to give you guys a sort of a taste of what it looks like. We're going to first go to the stockade, where Graham and Juan have been waiting very, very patiently. Gentlemen, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks to you. I'm joined by Graham and Juan. Tell us a little bit about you guys, about yourselves, and what you guys are doing out there.
Yeah, so we're part of the backcountry program. So we're the staff that are living in the backcountry and providing program for these 12, 9-day, and 7-day, and the cavalcade treks that come through the backcountry. So we live out in the backcountry, and you guys hike to our camps, and we provide a variety of different program elements out there.
That is awesome. Now, obviously, you guys are standing in front of a green screen. That's not really Philmont back. But what is that back behind you guys?
That's the Tooth of Time right there.
Yep.
That Tooth of Time. Everybody talks about that. Tell me, what is the Tooth of Time? That's such an iconic symbol, right?
Yeah, it's an igneous intrusion of Dayside porphyry. It's beautiful, and it's a huge landmark here on the Santa Fe Trail. It's beautiful, and you guys get this chance to see it here if you guys come on trek.
So,
and you'll have the opportunity to hike it as well and climb up to the top of that tooth right there.
that is awesome. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. These guys, Graham and Juan, are coming to us. They're actually basically in the Philmont backcountry. Literally right now, you can see the weather has really cooperated today. There are 7-day treks. There are 9-day treks. There are 12-day treks. I'm just guessing, guys, folks to choose the trek that works best for them based on endurance and how long you're willing to be out there. Is that kind of the right idea?
Yeah, so basically when you start picking treks, what we recommend is look at the programs that you and your crew or scout troop want to do, and then look at what your kids are interested in, look what your crew's interested in, and then from there you really should decide on what's best for your troop. Maybe you guys want to come out here and hike, and you want to do a major hiking itinerary, or maybe you guys want to do some program. You guys can do a variety of different programs while you're out here as well. So we have a lot to offer in that sense.
And there's multiple peaks that you can climb and summit as well. There's Baldy Mountain, that's the tallest peak on Philmont property, but there's also Mount Phillips. You can hike the Tooth of Time. So each itinerary has a variety of mileage and ruggedness to hike through, but all of them will hike through multiple different staff camps, and at those staff camps, there's a variety of different programs as well.
That's what I wanted to talk to next. It's almost like you just read my mind. I feel like Philmont is known for its backpacking, obviously, right? It's just epic vistas, backpacking trails. Some of the, it's some of the most gorgeous country in North America. I really don't think that's an exaggeration to say that. But let's talk about the backcountry camps real quick. That's where you go, where participants stay at night, right? Tell us what goes on there.
Yeah, so essentially you stay overnight at some of these backcountry camps, and some of them you even lay over, and you do a variety of programs, everything from rock climbing to cope to shooting sports. There's interpretive programs here, just like Graham here. So you'll find a staff member that has an interpretive role and is playing a role from 18 whatever. So there's a lot to offer in those sense, and we offer these kids opportunities that they may not get in a normal council camp.
Yeah, at the historical interpretation, they may be living as a miner from the 1920s, working at a railroad camp, doing some logging program, and like really living the history of the land. There's lots of rich history here, and when you come to these historical interpretive camps, you can learn about that and the rich history of Philmont and what happened here before Wade Phillips acquired the property.
Yeah, and you can basically get the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of the history lesson for all your youths and kids, but you also get the high adventure aspect of big mountains. You get aspects of rock climbing. You get like on real rocks. It's not fake, real handholds.
Awesome. Yeah. I think that the backpacking is probably what people think most of when they think about what you do at Philmont. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Folks, when they register, which by the way, have we mentioned it opens today? When they register, they can choose their itinerary. You might choose one that goes to Mount Baldy. It's the highest peak in Philmont. They tell me 12,441 feet. The Tooth of Time, another iconic landmark. And then of course these backcountry camps. Different itineraries take you different routes, different mileage, different distances, different camps, and folks can just sort of choose what works the best for them, what appeals the most to them. Is that right?
Exactly. And if you can't come out for a full 12 days, there's the 9-day and the 7-day opportunities as well, which really work with people's schedule.
Yeah. Awesome. I want to talk real quick before we let you guys go. This is backcountry. There's wildlife, right? What kind of flora, fauna? What's out there, guys? What's awaiting our visitors out there?
There's lots of different creatures that are out here. Most common we get mule deer. They're everywhere. We also have black bears, and so we always teach participants to come out how to follow bear procedures. So we observe safely from a distance, and we are always safely camping as well around those black bears. But there's elk as well as some smaller critters, which tend to cause some problems as well.
Yeah, he'll have a ranger with you the first few days too, and he'll help you guide through all the procedures and help you guys out the first couple of days while you guys are out here.
Awesome. And then another thing that you guys obviously emphasize, as we do in all of scouting, is sustainability, right? Maybe talk about that a little bit and how you sort of impress upon participants the importance of being a good steward of the environment.
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially out here, when we're out here, we follow leave no trace principles and then leave no trace code. So when you're out here, your ranger is going to cover all of those aspects. And there's different aspects or different places here that you can camp. So you can even camp farther up north, and your ranger will go over all the different aspects of leave no trace, plan ahead and prepare, minimal impact, all over this. So he'll go over that with you when you guys are out here. And we try to make as minimal impact as possible, because when you guys are out here, we want to make sure that it's available for other people in the future as well.
Yeah, we have designated trails and camping sites at every staff camp, as every trail camp as well, that are designated sites that are prepared for you guys to come and stay at as well.
You know, I feel like Philmont, it just sort of encapsulates everything that is good about scouting. You know, the kids who go visit Philmont, all they know is they're having a great time. Us wise, some of us wise adults, we know that they're learning leadership skills. They're creating confidence, right? They're learning how to work as a team, all these things like that. You can do it all, again, 7, 10, 9, 12 days at Philmont. Guys, thanks so much, Graham. Appreciate you guys joining us, Juan. Anything else we need to know before we let you guys go?
Sign up.
Yeah, it's a great time. You got to come out here.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned it yet, but sign up starts today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate that. We're going to move on, and maybe I'll take this opportunity to remind everybody, sign up opens today, as Ashley told us earlier. And we're giving away stuff at the end of the show. Really now, the key is really good stuff. You have to watch to the end, because we're going to announce who the winners are. But we've got a lot of folks in the comments. All you have to do is comment to win. We would suggest maybe tell us your favorite Philmont story, or what your favorite Philmont memory, or what you're mostly looking forward to. Shout out to Rusty from New Philadelphia, Ohio. Good to see you, sir. Venancio says Cypher's Mine has a great program. Very, very cool. Actually, you know what? Sarah has a good question that maybe we can answer about daycare for families. You mentioned kind of family adventure camp, right? I think maybe that's probably, you know, something we could talk about.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, there are different groups for different ages. There's availability for some of that if you're attending conferences, as well as the family adventure camp. And so I know my kids have done it in the past, and it's a really great experience. They get to go on their own adventures, and we huddle back together for mealtime. And then there are days where you get to go and do some stuff together as a family and pick out some hikes or things that you want to do all together. So it's great. I know my youngest was in it as young as 6 months. So we take little ones and start getting them the Philmont experience right away. So it's great.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Future scouts we're raising there. So
yes.
Awesome information. Keep those comments coming, guys. Anytime anybody asks a question, you're entered for a chance to win one of these cool bits of Philmont swag. We're going to go to Philip now, who is coming to us live as soon as we get Philip on the screen. Philip, can you hear me? Do you read me, sir?
I sure do. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. Where are you?
I am right in front of camping headquarters here at Philmont Scout Ranch. So this is usually the first stop that our 7, 9, and 12-day crews and cavalcades, when they get to the ranch, they'll come right by these signs here and come here to the Welcome Center.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Philip, tell us a little bit about the different itineraries there, if we could. We've already mentioned before, there are a lot of different options. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Tell us about the itineraries, the different options, and what people can expect.
Sure. So programs are pre-planned by the staff here at Philmont. We update them every year for our itineraries, and we publish them in December before the crew arrives here for the summer. So it's actually not chosen during their registration time frame. It's actually a little bit later. So you have some time. Once you've been registered, selected your dates, you can look at all these different itineraries and select the program that works best for your crew. This upcoming season, we will have 24 12-day treks, 12 9-day, and 12 7-day treks. And again, like I said, we publish those in December for the upcoming season.
That's probably important that we note that, Philip, that when you register, which, by the way, starts today, you don't actually have to choose your trek when you register. If you go online and register right now, is that right, Philip?
That's correct. Yeah. And they're rated by difficulty. So we have what we call challenging treks that are more focused on doing the programs that Juan and Graham were talking about in the backcountry. And then we have all the way up to what we call super strenuous that are a lot more focused on mileage, elevations, and hiking some of the peaks.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Philip, I'm curious, do you have a favorite itinerary or anything that you really like to do out there?
Well, they're all in development right now, so I don't really have a particular one. I will say our Baldy treks, those tend to be pretty popular. and those are available for our 9 and 12-day treks. It's a little high to get up there for our 7-day treks. They don't have quite as much time to acclimate here to the elevation.
See, that's what's really interesting, is that you guys take that kind of thing into account. Like, hiking up a mountain like that, it's kind of a big deal. It takes a few days to acclimate, so maybe a 7-day trek actually isn't long enough. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. And I'm glad I saw one of the commenters talking about they were already preparing for Philmont. I will say Philmont's not something that you just sign up for like summer camp. It takes a year of physical preparation to come out here and make sure you have a good experience.
I'm so glad you said that, Philip, because that's actually what we're going to go talk to our next guest about. I think, let me just make sure that he's here. Hold on, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. Before we, I'll tell you what, as we do this, Philip, maybe just kind of give me an idea of the excitement. What is it like this time of year out there? October 1st, registration's opening. Tell me about kind of the atmosphere and what it's like out there.
Yeah, it's beautiful out on the ranch. You had a question earlier about winter programs. I would say we also have autumn programs that happen here at Philmont. The autumn is a wonderful time to be here. The aspens start to turn colors, so you have these golden trees as you hike around the ranch. The elk start to bugle in the fall. So it's certainly an awesome time to be out here on the ranch. I definitely recommend coming out this time of year if you can.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Okay. Our next guest. First of all, by the way, Philip, thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course.
Get back to work, taking those registrations in there. Try not to enjoy the good weather too much. We wanted to get the perspective of somebody who has done this before, somebody who's been to Philmont before. Let's bring on Mark, who is a former Philmont both a staffer and a participant. He's been there a few different times. He's actually coming to us from his office. Brian, can you bring Mark on? There's Mark. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for having me today.
Now, Mark and I are not in quite the cool location as our friends were. Mark, where are you right now?
I'm in Austin, Texas. I wish I had a beautiful backdrop behind me, but I can tell you what, I want to go back to Philmont.
That's what people always say, Mark. We hear the same thing. So tell us a little bit about your experience there. You went as a scout as a kid.
Yes, I did. I had a cousin that told me about it, our troop had actually never heard of Philmont way back then, and we ended up going on 2 treks as a scout, and it was awesome. My dad came with me, and it was a wonderful bonding experience.
And obviously you liked it so much that you went back some time later you worked at Philmont also, right? What was that like?
Oh, yes, sir. So, my last trek when I was out there as a scout, the ranger said, "Hey, you know what? You might like working out here." And I'd never thought about that before. But I jumped on that opportunity and started during the summers when I was in college, worked for 5 summers while I was out there. So 4 years as a backpack guide and 1 year in the backcountry.
When I was that age, Mark, I worked in a warehouse organizing car parts, and it was not air conditioned. I think your summer job was better than my summer job. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. What a cool experience that is. Mark, I wonder if you could tell us about your memories of preparing for Philmont. We heard somebody in the comments, they're getting ready to go to Philmont, next summer. We're signing up for 2026 right now, which is a good 18 months away, right? Mm-hmm. What was the preparation process like for you guys?
Okay. First of all, if you're planning for 2026, definitely have someone come and talk to your troop who's been to Philmont before. They are passionate about their story, and they would love to share that with you. And there's no better way to get the boys and girls excited than to have someone maybe who's a peer of theirs come over and share what they did. So that's number one. It's kind of getting everybody excited to sign up. Number 2 is probably then going through the wonderful literature that Philmont provides. They have all this amazing references and guidebooks, videos, all types of things to kind of tell you about the Philmont, what your experience is going to be like. Number 3 has already been mentioned, which is probably once you get that crew, start training. Going out on adventures, small adventures together over the weekends to do some backpacking, practice breaking down your camp as fast as you can, do some things like that kind of get you ready for Philmont. And when I was a scout, when we were in Dallas, we actually had to hike the overpass, the sides of the overpasses, because those are the only hills that we had. So if you make plans, you can find places to go that would be similar to the Philmont elevations and possibly the terrain, and get a chance to get some experiences under your belt. So when you get there, you're ready to go and have fun.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Yeah. And, some of the treks, 12 days is a long time. So, think about that. Talk with your other, parents in your troop or your crew or whatever it is about, is that the right trek for you? All that information can be found at the URL that we just threw up on the screen. By the way, registration opens today. Comment for a chance to win some really cool Philmont swag that we're going to give away here in just a few more minutes. Before we let you go, Mark, I just want to talk real quick about your thoughts on, fundraising and paying for Philmont. Did you guys do any special fundraising or anything like that?
We do. Every year, our fundraising goes towards our high adventure camps. So, we happen to sell mulch. Sometimes we'll do Christmas trees, other things like that to help. And we'll start saving for Philmont way, way in advance. I also want to mention, and you guys may be talking about this a little bit later, but there's some wonderful scholarship opportunities too. So don't let the cost of Philmont be a stumbling block for your attending. The councils have great scholarship opportunities, and Philmont offers scholarships as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. There are different fundraising opportunities at different councils. Contact your local council to find out what kind of scholarship is available there. And as Mark said, there are some available directly through Philmont. Definitely something to keep in mind as you plan. The good news is you have 19 months to plan. We've talked to a lot of folks the last few years who say that fundraising for Philmont was kind of part of the experience, right? It's something that you do together as a scout troop or crew or whatever. You're out there selling that popcorn mulch. In your case, Mark, a lot of troops build it into their annual program, their annual budget. So definitely recommend that. Mark, last question here. This is going to be a tough one. Okay. Tell me about your experience at Philmont as a kid. Like I said before, it's fun. Did you learn anything? What were your takeaways when you went as a kid?
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, as you mentioned before, Philmont can be 10 days. And so when you're used to hiking and backpacking and camping as a scout, you're usually only going on weekends. And all of a sudden you're out there for 10 days and you're in an area that you've never been before. And you're doing things that you may have never done. The programs are amazing out there. So it's real eye-opening. It challenges you in a lot of different ways. Obviously, you're challenged physically because you're doing a lot of hiking and you're getting in good shape. You are challenged mentally because it's tough. It's real different. You're having to accommodate to new things and new challenges, and then you end up working together as a team. So there's just a lot of good things to learn. I actually do a lot of training with our office on leadership and how to be a servant leader. All those things I learned at Philmont. So there's a lot of great lessons that'll last your entire life.
I mean, that's what I hear from everybody who's ever been when they went as a youth. It sticks with you. It makes you want to go back. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
We've talked a lot about going to Philmont with a scout troop or a crew or something like that. Ashley?
Yeah.
There are ways to go as individuals, right?
Correct. There definitely are. And today we started registration for those 2025 individual treks. So
okay, interesting. Good
very
to know.
Exciting.
We have our resident expert on the line to talk to us about the individual programs. Let's get Robert up. Robert is there at Philmont Scout Ranch as well. Unfortunately, it looks like he's indoors, unlike some of the other, like Ashley and Robert are inside. Robert, how are you doing, sir?
Go here, Robert.
Doing well. Looking forward to getting back out.
I bet you are. Yeah. That's enough inside for the day today. But tell us about individual programs. I would imagine, there may be some kids out there whose troop isn't going, right? But they still want to go. What are their options?
Absolutely. There are numerous options with several departments across the ranch. The individual programs are a great fit for somebody who just does not have a crew to come with, or who's been before and is looking for that next level adventure, or is maybe interested in serving on staff in the future and wants to build up experiences, skills, and a resume for that. So, that includes our Rayado program with the Ranger Department, 21-day trek for our older scouts. You have to be 15, but not yet 21. It's sort of our ultimate wilderness adventure. It's intended to be a big, physical, mental challenge, working together, learning leadership skills, but also advanced backcountry skills and techniques to help them out there. In the conservation department, we have several offerings. Our regular trail crew trek, which is just a combination of conservation work and trekking throughout Philmont. Those participants have an opportunity to work alongside our conservation work crews on campsite maintenance, bridge construction. They learn how to survey and plan conservation projects. It's great if they're looking at opportunities to lead and give back at home. Our roving outdoor conservation school is a 21-day program, again, for those older scouts, that's focused on environmental education. All those projects that aren't trail building, that aren't the recreation management, they're helping with forestry, watershed, wildlife habitat, and working alongside Philmont's professionals and local land managers to help us out with those. And finally, we also have the Order of the Arrow Trail crew, which provides a sort of stationary project. Right now, they're building trail up to Cedo Peak. They get to come together from all parts of the country, spend a week working on that trail project, and then spend a week trekking about in the backcountry. These are great opportunities, not only to come out and see a side of Philmont that maybe regular treks wouldn't get to see, but also to form new friendships with crew members from all over the country.
That is awesome. Awesome. Want to point out real quick, shout out to Jason, who says went to Philmont with his Sons of Adventure crew in 2023, going back with a Scouts BSA troop in 2025. Jason calls Philmont the Super Bowl of scouting. That's pretty accurate, I would say. Corey says he's arriving at Philmont on June 10th, 2025. Corey, that's 9 months away. Hope you're getting ready. That sounds like you're going to have a great experience. We have a lot of folks asking questions in the comments, and Shelly, thank you so much, is providing a lot of answers for folks in the comments. Thanks for that so much. Robert, before we let you go, I want to just talk real quick about the Rayado program, which has always kind of fascinated me. We did a story on that in Scout Life magazine a few years ago, and a lot of the folks we talked to, these were scouts who had been with a crew or the Scouts BSA troop, one of the 7-day, 9-day treks, and somebody said to them, you know what, you should think about Rayado, 21 days. Wow. What is that like?
A different kind of wilderness experience, and to go out and do it with peers from all over the country, that you may be meeting for the first time when you arrive in base camp together. We encourage youth to come out with buddies, but that core experience is to form a crew and get to put some of those scouting lessons and skills to practice on a much longer expedition. It's a different mentality, but they're also there with some of our finest staff from the Ranger Department. It's a lot of excitement, as the Rangers like to say. You have to expect the unexpected, inevitable out in the mountains.
Yeah, that's really cool. And we heard Robert mention a few of the other things real quick. The trail crew, which is a combination of conservation work and trekking, ROCS, ROCS, Roving Outdoor Conservation School. That's a great experience. There's the Order of the Arrow Trail crew. So there are a lot of options. That's one thing for sure at Philmont. There's a lot of options. And again, hey, we're hitting you guys with a lot of information today. All of this stuff can be found at philmontscoutranch.org. You can also go back and watch this video again if you'd like to pause at certain times, take notes, things like that. Registration opens today for the 2026 season. It's very exciting. Robert, anything else we want to share about the individual treks?
Like the other opportunities we've discussed, these are programs that have excellent financial aid opportunities that's listed on the website along with the registration link. And they're a great opportunity. You don't have to be a super scout to enjoy going out and working on a trail crew or taking part in Rayado, but it does help to be interested in finding ways to push your boundaries or to open yourself up to a new adventure. And if they're looking for that next level adventure, these are the good fit.
Awesome. Guys, we just have a few more minutes to go until we give away our swag. Thanks from Ashley. Thanks so much for joining us, Robert. Appreciate that. We got one more duo, a dynamic duo, I would say, actually, that we're going to visit with here.
Very much.
And they're outdoors. They're in the cool place again. Let's bring on Maddie and Ariane. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They are at Lover's Leap. Guys, how's it going?
Hello. We're out here celebrating the opening of our 2025 registration for the Philmont Training Center. We're excited.
It looks amazing. Where are you guys?
We are on Lover's Leap, which is one of the hikes you can do when you come to the Philmont Training Center.
And guys, they hiked all the way up there today just to be on our show from there. Somehow the Wi-Fi there is better than it is in my office. I don't get it.
Right.
It's amazing. You guys both look great and sound great. Thank you so much for doing that today. Let's talk about Philmont Training Center. I think we might have mentioned that a couple of times earlier, but can one of you guys tell us what is Philmont Training Center?
Yeah, the Philmont Training Center is the national training center for the Boy Scouts of America, or now Scouting America. And so we offer a bunch of summer conferences that you can come and attend, as well as Family Adventure Camp. And Family Adventure Camp is a program for the whole family. But something exciting about this coming summer, it's our 75th year anniversary being open as the training center. So we get to have a birthday party every Friday of the summer.
So this is a good time to be visiting the Philmont Training Center. Can you guys give me an example of the kind of training courses and classes and conferences that are offered out there?
Yeah, we have conferences up to, we have an adaptive special needs conference that comes out and teaches you how to adapt program and camp for those that may have different needs than the average scout. We also have an opening doors conference, which is focusing on diversity and inclusion in all of the scouting programs. We have the Commissioner Week with a variety of different conferences for commissioners. It's one of our very popular weeks, as well as several courses from Scouting U. But there's a little something for everybody out there, and it's on our website. You can see our schedule.
Yep, go to the schedule, check it out. It's on the link on the screen right now. I can tell you it updates regularly as they add new conferences and dates and things like that. So that might be a site that you want to just bookmark and check back in on a regular basis. You mentioned this earlier, but the Family Adventure Camp and PTC go together really well, right? We kind of talked about this a second ago. If you're an adult scout or a leader, 2 children, maybe they're super young, like Ashley said, maybe they're older, whatever. You can go to Philmont Training Center, bring the kids. They've got stuff to do too. Am I right?
Yes. So yeah, a little bit more about Family Adventure Camp there. So you can bring out your family. We have different itineraries. So you and your family can kind of sit down and see, like, you want to do more hikes, if you want to do more activities focused. So you can kind of like pick what you want to do. We have different hikes, like I mentioned, we take you on. We have our climbing wall, our range and target activities. We have a craft center. We also have a daycare. So if you have 5 and under little ones that might not be able to go on an all-day hike, you can always send them there. And they have fun activities planned for them there also, which is super cool.
That is awesome. And I think, when you think about training, all the different training and the conferences that Scouting America has to offer, I cannot think of a better place to do it than the Philmont Training Center. Again, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you go to do a training, to attend a conference at Philmont Training Center, you get to experience a little bit of Philmont too, right? There's time to go for a little hike, to experience the outdoors, maybe go to Lover's Leap, things like that, right?
Yeah, so on Wednesday afternoons, we call it family afternoons. If you come for a conference, we do encourage you to bring your family because there's things for them to do while you're busy in class, as well as our Family Adventure Camp program. But Wednesday afternoons, you get to go partake in some of these half-day hikes or different program areas that Ariane mentioned. So you get a little taste, and then every evening we have evening programs for the whole family to attend from all of our programs, like Western Night, or we have Cobbler Night, which are a couple of our more popular programs.
Man, Cobbler. I'm in. Scout me in. Thank you guys so much for joining us out here. We appreciate that. Maddie and is Ariane? Ariane. See, I got sorry. Maddie and Ariane. Is there anything else that we need to know? Anything else we need to know about PTC?
So we also have some add-ons that you can do when you come for a Family Adventure Camp. We have horse rides. We also have a Tooth of Time hike, which is pretty cool. And then we also have a family camp out. So you and your family get to go experience the backcountry, and we'll set up tents. We'll do a dinner around the campfire, probably sing some songs. So it's a good way to get your family out in the backcountry. And then a new addition this summer, we also have Home on the Range Week, which is super fun. You get to wear Western wear. So you'll see a lot of the staff in Western wear. So bring your boots. And then another fun thing about that is on the 4th of July, Cimarron has their 4th of July parade. So you can go to that on the 4th. And then the Cimarron Maverick Rodeo. It's the longest running open rodeo in the West. You can also go attend that, which is super cool. So it's definitely a cool time to be here.
Yeah, and then one other great thing that I think is important is for Family Adventure Camp, we have early bird pricing. So it's $50 off a person if you register before December 31st. So we have a deal for you. If you get in early and you make your plans around Christmas time or Thanksgiving and you talk with your family and decide you want to come, we'll reward you for coming and signing up early.
That's great. Yeah, between now and December 31st, you've got plenty of time to talk it over with your family, decide what your schedule is going to look like. Guys, that is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate that. I think we have one more guest that we're going to join. Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, out at the Stockade, right? We have some folks out at the Stockade?
Yes.
Let's see who is out at the Stockade. We're going to call it up, and I think it's Clinton.
That's me.
How's it going, Clinton? There he is. How are you doing, sir?
I mean, I've got the view of the day here.
You do.
It's better.
That is awesome. Tell us a little about yourself and what you do out there at Philmont.
So I'm the IT manager. I take care of all the technical needs here on the ranch. This year, we actually expanded some point of sale into the backcountry to help benefit everybody's trek and give them a little more experience. I've also done multiple treks in my career as a scout leader and as a scout. So
you're the guy that's responsible for all of the good Wi-Fi that we have out there, I guess.
Yeah.
That's part of my job.
That's awesome, Clinton. Tell us a little bit about the registration process. I don't know if we've mentioned it yet or not. Registration opens today. What do folks need to know, Clinton, from your perspective? What do you think it's important for folks to know?
Get with your parents, have a meeting beforehand, talk with them, register earlier the better. That way you get into the queue and you can pick the treks that you want or the dates that you want for your trek. Then you need to work with your crew to prepare and get ready. When you sign up and you're not sure how many to sign up with the minimum number that's needed, and then go from there, because you can always add participants to that sign up time.
That's a great point right there. So you don't actually have to have that 100% finalized yet. You can add folks down the line, right?
Exactly. I mean, if you have a minimum crew and you have 3 more that come to you next year to sign up, you can add them into the list.
Awesome. Very, very cool. And now, so Clinton, you are at right now the Stockade, is that right?
Yep, I'm at the Stockade.
And what is the Stockade? What happens there?
PTC uses this for overnights. It's also a hike through for some crews that come through in this area.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Clinton, what else do we need to know? Any other things we need to tell the folks about Philmont, about registration, about activities, things like that?
Philmont's life-changing. It changes a youth. It also changes an adult or an advisor. My 2 treks as an adult, one of my favorite ones is I'm hiking up Baldy with my son, who is a whole lot more athletic than I ever was. He's about ready to get to the top, but he stopped, and he waited for his dad to get there. What a moment. And then last year I had the first opportunity as an advisor, full-time employee, and I was actually an advisor for a troop that was back from Illinois that I worked with for years. And it was my first time to go up to the Tooth of Time, and I got to crest the Tooth of Time with a troop that I knew every one of those scouts since they were Cub Scouts.
Oh man, that is really cool. I would imagine the growth that you saw, both the physical growth and just the emotional growth, it must have been incredible, right?
Absolutely. Those scouts went from what am I doing to I'm doing this. And it's a life-changing moment when you see that.
That is awesome. Very, very cool. Appreciate that. And maybe I could just mention real quick, I know this might not be your area of expertise, but we talked briefly about horseback riding. When I went up there with Shelly, it was a few months ago, she let me ride a horse, and I just did it for like an hour. And it was amazing. Ashley, the horseback riding program is another awesome experience. It's another way to explore the backcountry back there. You have any experience with that? Have you ever done it?
I do not at all, but it is incredible. I know people are always saying they've got it easier on the horseback, and I don't know if that's true. A whole trek on horseback seems pretty rough.
I just did it for like an hour. Oh, Shelley, I can't believe you said that. He was an awesome rider in the snow.
That's right. It did snow.
Shelley, Shelley's exactly right. I was an awesome rider in the snow. I appreciate that. By the way, everybody who has commented except for Shelley has entered for a chance to win some really cool bits of swag. Ashley, before we do our giveaways, and I'm going to announce 4 winners at random. Is there anything else that I've missed? What else do we need to let our folks know about it?
I think just the reminder that we're open now again for 2026 treks, those 7, 9, or 12 day, as well as the cavalcades. And then for 2025, we have our Philmont Training Center conferences, Philmont Adventure Camps, and our individual programs that Robert touched on. So lots of great options you can sign up for. And again, the sooner you get in, the better, especially for those 2026 dates, to lock in some dates you're hoping for at least.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I think we covered all the topics we need to cover. I think maybe it's time to do giveaways.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I'm going to actually throw a very quick curveball to behind the scenes Brian, because all of our guests were on here before. I'm going to see if Brian can put everybody on the screen, Brian, if you can, while we do these giveaways. And I'm going to scroll through the comments and use my random comment picker that I've got to sign over here. I want to say thanks to all of our friends who joined us today. Maybe actually what we can do, let's hold up the first item that we're going to give away.
All right.
Whichever one you want, and then
we're going to start with the Nalgene.
Okay, this is a Philmont branded Nalgene. Thank you so much for giving that away for us. As I call out your names here, I want you guys to be sure and check your Facebook or inboxes, because that's how we'll be contacting you. Check your messenger. The winner of the Philmont Scout Ranch Nalgene is Lisa. Last name Krol. I'm going to say Kroll, maybe. Congratulations, Lisa. Lisa says she's mostly excited about Family Adventure Camp. They were able to camp at Seabase as a family, and it was wonderful, she says. Very, very cool, Lisa. Thank you for chiming in. That's one down. We have 3 more to go.
Go with our rain jacket. And we have a couple colors and sizes the winner can pick.
Okay, so you can customize your colors and size. That is very, very cool. I am going to once again pick out a random comment. It looks like the winner of it's a Columbia branded rain jacket is Brad Walters. Congratulations, Brad. You have just won a rain jacket. Be sure and check your inbox for a message from us. We have 2 more items to give away, folks.
Our Kelty Tuck sleeping bag.
A sleeping bag.
Yes.
That looks very, very cool. How chilly does it get at night out there, Ashley?
It can get cold. In the summer, we recommend a 20-degree sleeping bag, which is what this one is.
Okay. All right. Yes. So that's a little bit chilly. Yeah.
Yeah. At the top of those peaks, you just never know.
Awesome. Well, the winner of our sleeping bag, what brand did you say it was?
It's a Kelty Tuck.
Kelty Tuck sleeping bag. Yes. Carrie Failer, Feyler. Carrie, congratulations. You have won a sleeping bag. All you had to do
that is wonderful.
Yes, and our last prize, a backpack. It's, Philmont, it's all about the backpacking. We've talked about a lot of different programs they have out there. Backpacking, kind of the signature program. So it only makes sense that we would be giving away a backpack for our final prize. And the winner is Alexander Singleton. Congratulations. Congratulations to our 4 winners. Be sure and check your inbox. I want to remind everybody that once again, when we're done here, we've hit you with a lot of information. Okay. 2 things you can do. You can go back and watch this video at any time. You can fast forward to the parts you want to, and you can read the Aaron on Scouting blog tomorrow for a little summary and some talking points and things like that. We've posted links in the chat. Shelly was extremely helpful answering a lot of questions and posting links in the chat, which we appreciate it. I think I just found the comment to close our show from Matt. Matt says, time for Aaron to come back to Philmont. Guys, I got to go back. I'm sorry. I just do. Hey, thanks to all of you for watching. Thanks to all of you folks from Philmont. I'm really, really jealous and mad that you're out there and I'm here, but I forgive you. It's okay. We're all still friends. Thanks so much for doing this today, guys. It's October 1st. It's fall. It's time to register for Philmont 2026. Ashley, thank you so much. Let me make sure I say thanks to everybody else on my list here. Hang on. Graham, Juan, Maddie, Ariane, Mark, Philip, Robert, thank you so much all for joining us today. Appreciate that very much. We'll have to have you guys on again soon. You guys did great. Our viewers, of course, the true stars of the show. Thank you so much. Whew. Good job today, guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Philmont Scout Ranch is a 140,000-acre wilderness in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains of New Mexico. Through backpacking expeditions and unique outdoor opportunities, youth and adults receive wilderness and learning adventures that last a lifetime.
Now I want you guys to look over your right shoulder and wave goodbye base camp! Goodbye base camp!
From the moment they wake up until they reach that next camp, they are challenged. And I think they'll realize that they can handle that.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I really learned what I can do. It was hard, but I got through it. I came out stronger on the other side. You're out here for 2 weeks at a time, and you just kind of bond. You just become one big family.
That has been exciting.
No one is smarter than all of us. You got to prepare and you got to work as a team or you're not going to do well.
Oh, perfecto!
I guess you could call us a band of brothers, and we never let one of us quit. All of us that started, we all finished.
Philmont has made me more trustworthy, more loyal, more helpful, more friendly, more courteous, more kind, more obedient, more cheerful, more thrifty, more brave, more clean, and more reverent. It stops being a thing that you're following and just starts being part of your being.